Hey, this is Lacey, your Las Vegas gal, back with another amazing video with my good friend Amber Coleman from Guild Mortgage.
I love doing the videos with you.
Welcome
It's so fun.
back. I know, I love video. I love video.
Welcome back to you.
So I went away for like I went away for like 2 weeks. Okay, let's just be
We've
real.
missed her a lot.
I've missed working actually a lot, but had a really good trip. And while I was away, some crazy stuff was going on with the market and with interest rates.
It's exciting stuff. It's really exciting stuff.
Very cool. So I came back to some amazing news.
She comes back to happy news.
This is good stuff. Amber said, we got to do a video because the interest rates, we believe, after looking at the historical rates, might be the lowest they've ever been in history. We think.
Yeah, I know for me, I've done this for 17 years and I've never seen them this low. Like even during the downturn where
everything was falling apart.
Everything was crashing. The rates never went this low. Like what I'm locking people in at, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I wish I was locking myself in right now.
Yeah. So I would love just to we're going to hop on and talk a little bit about what that means, right? Why does an interest rate being low mean something to you, right? Why is that important, right? And we're going to also just talk a little bit about kind of how you can make that work for towards your favor, and also some of the other cool stuff that's going on, like the free money program that we did.
There's still money too. That's exciting.
We got money. So talk to me a little bit about how the interest rates kind of work. And obviously we don't want to get too technical, but when we were talking on the phone yesterday and you were so excited saying, oh my God, interest rates are so low. I said, I know the answer, but I think it's better to hear it from someone like you. What is it that actually causes the interest rates to fluctuate like that as much as it does, or at least right now, what you're thinking?
So, well, right now, the reason why the interest rates are lower, because what causes them is they kind of flow with the market,
right?
You know, like the stock market.
Stock market, right.
So when there's good news that's being released, like the economy's doing great, this, and that, that means that the rates usually move up. When there's some bad news that causes fear to be in the market, I'm trying to say it as simple as I can, but when there's bad news that causes some fear to be in the market, then rates typically go down.
Right.
And right now, there's the coronavirus that's out.
Right.
So
there's a lot of fear.
It's causing fear, and honestly, the markets of China are going to be affected by it, and markets in other places like the world markets are going to be affected by it. So today, the Feds just came out and they cut the rates today. So
the lowest that you've ever seen in the history, right? That we can find.
As far as what the Feds do with the rates is a little bit different than how we look at the rates, because the Feds are going to look at the Fed rates that they cut are more short-term rates. So it's like home equity line of credit, and we do long-term rates. So it doesn't affect us immediately. But when the Feds come out and say, we're going to cut rates, that means there's fear in the market.
Right. And that means that eventually it's going to
trickle. That means that they're trying to turn everything to be, they're trying to they're trying to cause the housing market to do better. Right. Because that's going to make up for any losses that are in the other markets. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that actually helps me understand it a little bit more. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's like, there's a lot of bad news out there. The coronavirus is out there. There's a lot of, the news, the press likes to find the worst possible message and put it up, right? Clickbait. But, so, it makes me sad when I hear all these people saying, we're going to have a recession is coming, doom and gloom, don't buy, don't this, don't do that. Meanwhile, we see these amazing low rates, and it's like, recession or not, buying a home is a long-term investment, right? So you should never buy a house thinking you're going to flip and make money tomorrow, unless that's the goal of the purchase of the home, right? The flipping of the goal. And then you have to really do it differently. So it makes me sad when I see all this doom and gloom out there, because it really does put fear in the hearts of people who want to maybe make a change in their life and want to move. And it just kind of bums me out. So when you called me with such great news, and then 2 weeks ago when we found out about that new program, and it was just like, things are happening for a reason, right?
And the energy that's in the market right now, I've done this for I know I keep saying that.
Tell us,
17 years. And I've never
done it since I was born, because I'm only like 17 and a half.
You're such a little baby. You are.
Right. I'm so not young.
But I've never seen like this kind of energy. Usually when you see the rates lower, it's because there's a problem. Like there's not, but right now
they're trying to make up for
something. Trying to make up for it. Right now there's just fear. So people are working right now, and you have the lowest rates ever. Which means by low rates, it means that you're going to be able to get into a house that's either bigger than what you would normally get into, or pay a lower payment. Than what you normally get into. So it's really exciting, especially when you can see something that hits as low as they are right now. So
now there's a reason we're not saying what the actual rate is, and that's because by the time you watch this, it could have fluctuated or gone up and down. So it's important to know when we say the lowest historical rates that we've ever seen. We even went back and did research, and we tried to see like in the past, what has the bond been at? What has the rate been at? And we don't believe we've ever found one beyond 2011 or 12, right?
Well, even when we looked at the 2012, it's lower right now than what it was then. But 2012, it was given an average though of the whole year.
That's true.
So we haven't finished the year yet, but these are
really low rates.
These are amazing rates.
So
amazing.
So if you've been considering buying a house and you're trying to do the research and you're trying to time it just right, we have a lot of people that reach out to me and the team and ask those questions like, when's the best time to buy? Now would be a good time to buy right now.
If you're looking to buy right now.
Yeah. And honestly, it's always a good time to buy, to be very frank. Like, honestly, unless it's the height of the market and everything is super blown out, it's always a good time to buy because, again, real estate is a long-term investment. We want to make sure we're not buying with the expectation that you're going to get your money right back. This is meant to be lived in and enjoyed or invested in and rented out for you to build that over time.
Yeah.
And that's super important.
Yeah. And I feel like what I feel like with my life that I've led is there's really no way to gain financial freedom unless you own a house. It starts with a house.
Yeah.
So if you can get a house at these kind of rates and then go through a plan, over time to try to pay that thing off to where you're completely free.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Did you know that it's only like, all you have to do is make one extra payment per year, and it takes you from a 30-year loan down to a 15, right? Am I right?
It's like one and
a quarter or something like that. One payment a year, like 1.5 payments a year. Like how awesome is that? So most people don't ever think that they're going to pay off their house. Some people don't even think about the idea that they could,
too far away.
Right. And it's too big and that they could even pay off their car. Right. But these are easy, small things you can do that can really start to chip away and really get you closer to financial freedom. So it's really important when you're thinking about buying a house that you find people who understand that long-term big vision, that you're working with people who want to help you put that plan together. They're not just churning out a loan and churning out a house. We want you to connect with people who love you and who want to be with you and who want to help you through this process all the way to the end, who want to make sure that they're looking out for your best interest all the way to the end.
Yes.
And you're looking at those people right now, baby. So anyway.
Truly you are.
Well, we are both very much that. We care about you. We care about what you're doing.
And honestly, those years are going to go by anyway. I mean, I just look at the years of my life and I'm like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
But those years are going to go by anyway. So if you could work towards financial freedom, and you can't do it because if you think about it, if you're renting right now, you're always going to be paying somebody. You think about, well, I get a mortgage, I'm going to pay somebody too, but you're only going to pay somebody for a temporary time.
Yeah.
And then at some point you're going to own it free and clear and you're going to be like, whoa, I can actually live now.
Yeah.
So
it's very cool. So we want that. We want financial freedom for you. And when we see these rates hitting these historic lows, I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
No.
When we see these amazing programs coming out that are trying to help certain areas of our city be rebuilt and give people a chance to buy a house with up to $20,000 of free money. These are things that get us freaking excited. So excited that we don't sleep. We're texting in the middle of the night going, oh my God,
really is true. And the excitement is so fun. I'm loving it right now.
Yeah.
And the free money, like, are we going to get into that next?
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Right now?
So the free money, like, call me on the rates. Yeah. I'm going to tell you those rates because you can't be given $20,000 to buy in a certain zip code and to be able to be given these kind of rates.
You can get so much more house. So much,
just
so
a
much
way
more.
To start your life, really. Like it's such a way to start your life to be able to be given that to put as your down payment plus closing costs. You don't have to come in with a dime.
I mean, it's like free house, free money.
Yes, it's
amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Those rates are exciting too.
Yeah. So before we move forward, we always, anytime we do a video, we have in the description below, we have a link. So please, if you want to learn more, if you want to get in touch with Amber, if you want to chat with our team, if you just have questions about buying a house, moving to Vegas, what the heck is this rate thing you're talking about? If you have literally no idea what we're talking about, click the link in the description below and let us know. We will call you immediately. Someone will call you, give you some initial information. They'll set you up with a call with someone from the team. We'll get you in touch with Amber. We make it as easy as we possibly can because genuinely we care. And there's times of the essence. There's no time to waste. Like, we are ready to help you buy a house. There's a lot of houses on the market right now. Really good time. It's about to begin buying season, which is silly because it's always buying season in Las Vegas.
But it seems like
across the country, the spring is
buying season comes.
So with the spring buying season coming, there will be more homes to choose from and just a lot of really cool opportunities. And we want to help you figure out what's going to be the best route for you. So you might not want to live in some of some of the areas or zip codes that are identified by that program for whatever reason, maybe you're wanting to live closer to a certain place or to your work, no problem. You can still take advantage of the rates. They don't go hand in hand. These are two exclusive items that we can make go hand in hand if it works for you.
Yeah.
Or we can make them go separately.
Yeah. Either way, it's a great time to buy.
Yeah. So, all right, let's check over and see if we have any updates. Hey, Ben, how are you? Hey, Diane. Hey, Jeff. We've got some people joining us live. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Janice. Ben says, are we seeing any softening in the housing market in Las Vegas? No.
I would say exactly the opposite.
The exact opposite, Ben.
The energy right now, and you're going to see it when you go look for houses, the multiple offers.
Yes, yeah.
There's a lot happening in Las Vegas.
Yeah, so it's booming right now.
It's booming. It's making it there's a lot of jobs here. Yeah. There's a lot of everything going on.
What I love about the excitement and everything happening in Vegas, and I don't know if you feel the same, but it really doesn't feel like it's unattainable. You know, like when people think, oh, it's booming in Vegas, so that means the prices are going to go up and we're not going to be able to afford to buy a house. But I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing the prices throttled still. They're inching their way up, but they're not going crazy. Like we're not seeing California prices or anything like that.
No, nothing like that.
It's really maintained and throttled. It's growing at a nice rate as it should be. There's no
a healthy rate. We don't want the
spikes. Yeah. And what's awesome about that is, you know, when we do feel a softened market, because it'll happen, right? The holidays get slow, things like that. When we do feel that softened market, like it won't be as big of a bump or a hit to us, you know, because we're not doing the roller coaster ride. We're really just kind of riding like we should.
No, you're right. It is growing at a really healthy, I'm losing
pace.
Healthy pace. Yeah. Is what it's doing.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. That's what you want to see it. Would you want to see it?
Yeah. So we're excited about it, and you know, we do these once a week or as often as exciting. And if you could be on, you get a phone call from this one when she's excited. It's actually like you want to literally drop everything and run over to do this quick video.
I haven't been able to talk to Lacey for 2 weeks, and then she called me, and I was like,
town.
"Girl, like,
oh, waiting to talk to you over 2 weeks."
You should see how exciting it is out there right now. And I mean, the rates really just started hitting these levels last week.
Right.
So like. When everything started hitting the stock market and stuff like that, with all the fear and stuff, which is scary stuff.
Sure,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when but you know, you can kind of see there's always good that comes with bad sometimes too. And you know,
I couldn't agree more.
And so it is exciting when you get to come into work and you get to call somebody and say, hey, you get the lowest rate that there's ever been. Here you go. You know, everybody.
So you just saved $200 on your payment or whatever that looks like.
It's amazing.
It's pretty awesome. So if you are considering looking to Vegas, if you already live here and you're just thinking about maybe buying, don't let fear dictate whether or not you click the button to call us. You know, we were just having a cool conversation about how when you let go of fear and you don't let fear lead your life or let fear stand in the way of making the important decisions that you need to make to grow, amazing and beautiful things can happen. And we're both seeing it in our lives. I'm seeing it personally. Even today, we had a amazing big feat that was overcome from my family standpoint. And it was all because a few years ago, I said, F you to fear. And basically fear got out of my way, and everything that's happened since then led us to some really cool stuff that happened today. So just very inspired today, very inspired to be here with you and to be able to share this inspiring information and inspiring news. It's important to me that like we're waving the banner of good news versus what the news is doing, which, you know, they're doing their job too, but I just feel like the press has a tendency to find what's going to get people to click.
They're going to find the negative in it. Yeah, they're going to find the negative in it.
And we want you to click and be happy and be positive and be excited about the future and what the future holds. And right now, the future's holding a little bag of money for you to like help you save on buying your house.
To meet your dreams. I mean, honestly, some of these things are just it's a gift. Like the $20,000 that just came out. It's making it to where people that could never buy houses before could buy a house. Yeah. And the rates right now, sometimes when you call, like a year and a half ago, the rates were a whole 1.5% higher than where they are right now. So at that point in time, people were like, I just can't afford it. Yeah. This is making it to where it's completely affordable. I mean, it technically can completely change your life.
Depending, it can take hundreds off of your monthly payment. It depends, right?
It could, because people that I put in houses a year and a half ago are calling me right now to refinance, and it does. It saves you hundreds.
It can save hundreds. So that money can go towards saving each month to chip away at that big payment that you want, that extra payment that you want to pay each year. It can go towards whatever you want, more Christmas presents, a fun trip, whatever. But it helps. It really does. Help. So,
it does. Yeah.
And if you're ever wondering kind of how does this relationship work, I thought it'd be smart for us to just chat about that, because I don't think we've ever really talked about
I don't think
how
we
this
have
works.
Either.
So me and my team are, we oversee the process of helping you buy a house, find the house, put the offer in. We oversee the contract process. We make sure you're getting your inspections. We make sure you're not buying a lemon. All of that stuff happens. We work very closely with Amber's team at the same time while we're chugging down the timeline of writing offers and getting inspections. These guys are doing all the crazy paperwork that goes into getting your loan approved, right? Making sure that they have all their ducks in the row, asking for all the documents, making sure that everything they're getting is perfect so that there's no delay whatsoever.
And working your numbers, with the amount of down payment, with the rate that's showing you what your payment is, what your down payment is, what you're going to be coming in with numbers are, and then pushing it through underwriting. And
they hold the keys to the kingdom. We're the ones turning the key and opening the door, basically. But these guys hold the keys because really,
they always have good analogies.
I like it. I have to thank my husband. He's the analogy king.
Did he come through with that for you?
I dubbed him the analogy king.
You just remember him.
Years ago. I do. I'm very good at it, actually. All right, we have a couple of additional questions here. Do we still offer the 3-hour tour? Michael Reeves. Thanks, Michael, for asking that question. Abso-freaking-lutely. My team and I still offer our 3-hour city tour to anybody who's interested in considering moving to Vegas and maybe you're going to buy a house someday. I am one person, so I have had to add a few people to the team to make that happen because there's been quite a few inquiries, which has been really awesome.
That's awesome.
So you may or may not get me personally, but I've personally trained all the people that work on my team,
and everybody's amazing.
I've hand selected some pretty rad folks, so I'm excited. So yes is the answer to your question. If you're interested in the 3-hour tour, go to the comment or the description and click that link. And in fact, I'll go ahead and paste that link here in the comments so that you guys can have easy access to it for anybody who's interested right away. At the end of the day, this isn't about call me so I can sell you something. This is about call us so that we can help you. That's genuinely all we want to do. We just want to help. We're not going to hard sell you, nothing. We just want to know where you stand and how we can help. So good question.
Especially if you're just moving to Vegas. Sometimes it's good to know the neighborhood, the different areas around there, what schools, all that kind of stuff. So it's so nice that you do that. Not very many people do that.
Nobody does it. Nobody does the 3-hour tour. And the reason we do is because honestly, at the end of the day, we care, and we say we don't care if you buy a house, because really that's not our main intent. Our main intent is to serve you properly and make sure your transition to Vegas is a healthy one and a happy one. We want you smiling throughout the process as much as we can help that. And the more smiles you have comes with the more education that you receive. So if we can give you that education, awesome. If we can build a relationship with you, awesome. And when and if you do buy a house, we hope that you will remember that and hopefully call us. And if not, cool, no problem, do your thing. But that's why we do it.
I love how genuine you are.
I don't know. I don't know how to be anything but me. So I hope that's okay.
That's awesome.
A couple other questions here. Eric says, I'm moving to Vegas at the end of the month. When I went house shopping with my realtor last week, Eric, it better have been somebody from my team. Just kidding. It doesn't matter. But I hope that they served you well. They are in escrow. Houses are quick to go off of the market. So he needed to put in an offer ASAP. That's right, Eric. And that's what we were saying before. It is not slowing. The market is quickening, if that, and there are multiple offers on each house. So when and if you're ready, you got to be ready and you got to be serious. And that's why talking to Amber first is really important, because we'll get your ducks in a row. So there's nothing that can stop you from getting the house that you really want. It's really important. Okay, Victoria says, oh, hey, Janice, sorry, we can't share the rate just because it's going to change in 5 minutes anyway, but we're on a low bed. So call us if you know somebody who needs it. I know you don't need it because you already have your rate set up. Or they haven't locked yet. They haven't locked yet. We might need to lock you in, Janice. What's the home buying process would you suggest for someone moving from the East Coast? Victoria is asking. Victoria, great question.
That is a good question.
So if you're buying from anywhere, East Coast, West Coast, up, down, not from Nevada, first step is call me. Click the link either here in the comments or in the description. What we'll do is we'll set up a call. We'll do some quick kind of question and answer. We'll answer any questions you have. We'll talk to you about kind of how it typically works being a relocation client. Once we're there, we'll figure out your timeline. If your timeline is within the next 6 months, we're going to have you talk to Amber right away, because we're going to want to get those ducks in a row, like I mentioned. And then from there, it's really easy. If you want to look at houses in person, we'll plan a trip. We'll schedule time with you. We'll take you around. If you can't come out here to look at houses in person, great news. My team's really awesome at working with relocation clients, and we do very detailed video tours. I mean, we'll get down on the floor and show you the grout if that's how close you need us to be. And we'll send you videos to showcase the houses and how they flow and feel inside, because they're almost always different than the photos shown online. Have you noticed that? When a listing is put up, it's like, I'm not really sure if it's that nice. Let me go see it in person. And sometimes you walk in, you're like, oh, or sometimes you're like, oh,
the things you could do with cameras, right?
Ooh, so that's Victoria, just in case you were wondering, that's kind of how it goes. You know, we'll work with you in whatever capacity you need us to, and then we'll go from there from the offer process. So we can explain all that if you want to do a call. Just click the link. We'd be happy to chat with you. Robert says, hey, Robert, good to see you as always. I've had the tour already. Any chance of looking at some model homes in a few areas when I'm out there in April? How do I book an appointment? Absolutely, Robert. Just actually click the link and I'll have my assistant set up an appointment. I was happy to see you on here. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Looking forward to taking you around. Mike says Mike Mariag Adventures says, in all honesty, people, if you're considering moving, work with Lacey and her team. They are there to help you every step of the way. They do not pressure you at all, like it's a business deal at all. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Thanks and congratulations on closing on your new house. Can't wait for you guys to make your final big trip out here. That means a lot that you said that, and that you were willing to kind of put it in the comments. It really does. It's nice. It always makes me like, okay, stop. But then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's right. We are freaking awesome, and you should work with us. And thank you for saying so, Mike. That's rad. Thank you so much. Francisco says, I can't wait to move to Las Vegas, and we can't wait for you to move here either. Janice says, Lacey and her team are awesome. Thank you, Janice.
Oh, getting all the love today. Everybody missed Lacey.
Hello from Oregon, hoping to say hello from Vegas soon. Hi, Diane. I hope you are going to be saying hello from Vegas soon as well. That's awesome. Mike says he did the tour with us and it helped them narrow down the area that they wanted to live in, which is another big key reason why we do that tour. So thanks again.
There's a lot of areas in Vegas.
Ben says, here in Kansas, teardowns and rebuilds are quite popular. Are those common in Vegas? From a financing perspective, is there any difference? I haven't seen any teardowns and rebuilds. Have you?
No. And I mean, as far as loans on them,
no difference. You don't even do them?
Or? Well, you do them. Like I can do them, but I never do them because there's so much new build here. And the builders are kind of they're building out Las Vegas a lot.
Yeah.
So
and the prices for new and resale are pretty close still. So I think we're not seeing any. I've not seen any but tear down rebuilds unless it's I haven't seen.
It would have to be like in the central area of town, but I've never done any loans on them. There's a couple loans that you can do, like 203Ks on the FHA side where you could like remodel it.
Oh yeah.
You know, while you're doing
upgrades,
it, but
there's not a full blown rebuild.
Not a rebuild. Not a rebuild. Yeah.
No, that's weird. That's good to know that they're doing those out there. Wow, that might make its way here at some point.
It probably will, but right now it's just not the market for it.
Good question. Damn.
Got us thinking. I love it.
Diane, do you sell in all areas in Vegas? Yes, ma'am. Yes, we do. We actually sell in Pahrump, Boulder City, all of North Las Vegas, all of Las Vegas, and all of Henderson. We serve the entire Las Vegas metropolitan area. Please allow us to help you. I'm getting a little salesy, but on purpose. But seriously, we serve everywhere.
I love the sales.
I even serve in Mesquite, FYI. See the eyebrows going up? Yeah. Thank you, Victoria. Thanks so much. Hey, Janice. Yes, I remember that. Green Valley or Spring Valley? Any quick breakdown from Tony? You guys are great. Thanks, Tony, so much for watching. Green Valley or Spring Valley? So that's a really big difference in terms of like the area. I'm gonna give my take. You give your take. How about that? Spring Valley is one of the first kind of full built out neighborhoods that happened in Las Vegas, aside from like the Las Vegas Country Club and things like that. It was kind of one of the first master plan kind of big communities that was built out back in the day. So the homes are a lot older and they don't have as many HOA rules or anything like that. So Spring Valley is going to give you a little bit more freedom. Green Valley has some pockets that also have similar homes and similar age homes. Offer opportunities for fixer-uppers, opportunities to get some homes that are on the lower side if they're a little bit older. They have some pockets that don't have an HOA requirement of any kind. I actually live in one of them. But there's a pretty big difference because one is Henderson and one is in Las Vegas. So from a Henderson perspective, Green Valley is a part of Henderson, and Henderson has the luxury of being a much smaller community. So the services that come into play, like the police, the fire, the emergency services are much more concentrated because it's a smaller community and smaller population. In Spring Valley, you're sharing those services, which are fine and serve the community perfectly, but sharing those services with all of Las Vegas, a much bigger metropolitan area.
I never thought of it like that. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest, I think, perks and things that people like about Henderson is that the safety and stuff that people are not really supposed to talk about, the safety and things like that.
I've heard it's one of the safest cities.
It was voted one of the safest cities in the nation. And I believe firmly it's because it's a small community with a high concentration of awareness and of a presence of safety. So they're both great areas. It just depends on the vibe that you're looking for, the amenities you want, and what your driver is. If you need top rated schools and this, and this, then do your research and look and compare those two areas, and you'll determine which one's going to be the best for you. But that's my take. What's your take on Spring Valley? You grew up here.
Well, Spring Valley, I would say if you're more looking for a lot of land,
a little bit more land.
Spring Valley is the place to go to because it's more older houses.
They are a little bit older, there. Like late 70s or mid 80s, early 80s, all the way through the 80s.
And I would say the traffic is probably...
Yeah, you're kind of more centrally located. I mean, although everything is pretty close, so it's hard to say.
I know Las Vegas is
small. Small but
your
big.
Little cereal bowl, right?
My little cereal bowl analogy.
She's got her cereal bowl analogy. I remember that.
Anyway, so yeah, I'd say Spring Valley is more central, so you might have a little more traffic-y around it. But
Green Valley, you have a lot more amenities, just like you were saying.
More shopping.
All the shops and everything out in Green Valley. So I'd say Spring Valley is more for like the land.
Yeah.
If you want the land, if you have like toys to put on the side of your house.
Yeah, like RV
you don't have, you don't have like the HOAs and stuff that are out there.
Very good point. I didn't even think of the land. Yeah. And by land, she's not talking like acres. So let's just be real here. Vegas isn't a real big, hey, you bought 3 acres of a house. No, you're going to just get a larger lot with probably some side parking and things like that. But don't get crazy saying, Lacey, Amber said,
there's no acreage.
No acreage. Okay. Not going to happen unless you're like on the outside.
Just extra land to park your toys. That's pretty much what you're going to get. Yeah.
But I will say, as much as Green Valley offers more amenities in terms of shopping and stuff, it's genuinely 10 minutes from Spring Valley. So 10, maybe 12 minutes from Spring Valley, depending on how you go. So nothing is far away in Las Vegas. So don't get it twisted, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you for that though, Tony. Great question. Greg, hey, I'm driving around the Northwest area looking at neighborhoods right now as we're watching us. What's up, Greg? And why are you not driving around with some of my team members to show you around? Let us know. Click the link in the comments, and we'd be happy to schedule some time if you need any help. Or if you see something you like, click it and let us answer your questions, because we'd love to be able to make sure you're educated on what's what. Sometimes in the areas you go off, take a left, and you go, what? And then you take a right and go, oh, I should have turned right the whole time. So
well, not only that too, because like a comment said previously that there's a lot of offers. People are fighting a lot of offers. You got to have a negotiator on your side.
Yeah.
And that's what this girl is.
We're really good at that. So
you got to have somebody that's working for you on your side.
Thanks. So I'm happy you're driving around, Greg. Enjoy Vegas. Enjoy it. It's a nice day out today. Michael says, is Summerlin a quote good neighborhood? Summerlin is a very popular neighborhood.
That's where we are right now.
It's where we are right now. We're sitting in Summerlin. I love Summerlin, and anybody you ask that lives here or that's going to come here has heard of Summerlin and wants to live in Summerlin. So Summerlin has a lot of really, really great amenities. I consider it a great neighborhood. Actually, I encourage anybody who wants to buy in this type of area, has the budget to live over here, all the things that come with Summerlin, if they're comfortable with all of that, all day, every day. Yeah. I love Summerlin.
I do too.
Yeah, I love Henderson too. Yeah.
There's nothing negative I could say about Summerlin.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. So it's good, beautiful. Depending on what you call good, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's
I know everybody's definition of good is different, but it's a beautiful area.
All right, let's see who else. Oh my goodness, everybody's joining us. Hey, Kurt says, oh no, wait, here we go. Diane says, is it possible to work a pool into a new home mortgage?
There is, yes.
Please tell us, yes.
So there's a loan out there where when you're doing a new home, you're building a house, you could actually add the pool to the loan.
That's really, is that a new thing? Because I didn't realize
it is more of a newer thing, and not very many people know about or to do it. Actually, we should do a thing on it.
We're going to do an entire video
because I haven't even thought about doing that, because that isn't something that people usually do a lot of. But if you are buying new construction, you can add a pool at the same time that they're building the house.
Some of the builders will allow it, some of them won't, but those that will allow it, we'll do that. But can you add the pool to the loan and then have it built after the house, or does it have to happen while the house is being built?
You could do both.
You can do both.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to do a whole video about
you could do it while it's being built. There's a program like that.
Perfect.
Or you could do it after it's being built too.
Score. So, I did not know this. Hello. We're doing a whole video.
That's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up.
We're going to totally be doing a video.
If you're going to live in Vegas, let's have a pool.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Curtis says, hi, Lacey. Happy to see you made it home safely. I hear that foreclosure is picking up again. How do you go about buying a foreclosure?
Ooh, is it picking up again?
I haven't really seen the foreclosure rates be
I think I saw something saying it was at the lowest level
in a while
that it's been at for a long time right now.
Right.
At least in this area.
But if they were interested in maybe buying a foreclosure, what's been your experience with that process? And then I can share mine if you want.
Well, as far as the foreclosure, it's kind of the same experience when you're doing a foreclosure because you're still buying it from a seller.
Right.
So
the seller is the bank.
Is the bank. Yeah. So the bank's going to take the house and sell it. The only difference is that sometimes they might sell it a little bit cheaper because they don't know what's wrong with the house.
Right.
So when you're buying it from a seller can say, hey, we did this, 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 and this to the house. Right. When you're buying it from a bank, they don't know what's wrong with the house. Right. So then sometimes you might be able to get a little cheaper. Right. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. But it's the same as another purchase.
From a loan perspective, it's the same. From a negotiation perspective and writing an offer, it's very different. And the reason it's different is it's great. You're not buying from a human. You're buying from an institution. So there's emotions on the other side of the table go away.
That's true.
Nobody cares if you come in with, and I'm not encouraging you to come in super duper low ball, but nobody cares if there's like a little bit of negotiation, a little bit of needling for that extra money off. Repairs are a little tougher to get when you have a foreclosure. They're kind of saying basically buy it as is, you know, as it stands. Every now and then you can negotiate some repairs or some reductions on the price based on things that are found during the inspection report. Because once they're made aware of that information, they have to disclose it to the future buyers. So it's really important to have, again, an agent that can help you understand that process. But I like doing foreclosures. I don't remember the last time I did one, to be honest, but
they used to be so popular.
Oh my God.
Now they haven't been around as much.
Not at all. So, and which is a wonderful thing. I mean, I hate the idea.
Houses are gaining value, so people are selling them for profit.
And I hate the idea of someone, you know, foreclosing on anything. That's never a position you want somebody to be in. So, but yeah, from a negotiation standpoint, it takes the emotions off the table on the other side, and it makes it a super easy transaction for the most part. Yeah. So, usually the advertised price is most of the time the approved price by the bank. Every now and then they will list the house while they're still negotiating with the bank to finalize what the actual price will be. So again, it comes into play with your realtor to determine what to do on that side. So yeah, good to know. Good question, Kurt.
You guys have great questions today.
All right. Janice says she bought in Summerlin. She sure did. Are most areas HOA, Diane is asking. So I don't know the exact rate, so don't quote me on this, but there was a moment about 2 years ago that I read something that said about 85% of Las Vegas has HOAs attached to the homes or the neighborhoods. Is that about a correct assumption around there?
There's very few that I do that have no HOAs on it.
Yeah.
I would say anything built after probably like the late 90s.
95 or 97?
Yeah, the late 90s is going to have HOA, which Las Vegas was a smaller town before then. So most everything's going to have HOA.
Yeah, so we're about 85%, maybe even a little higher now because all the new homes are going to have them. But don't be scared by that. And I think I want to make sure I hit on that for a moment because I have a lot of buyers who are moving here from California or the East Coast who have horrific experiences with homeowners associations who are, you know, your grass is an inch longer than it should be and, you know, you owe us a fine. I'm not seeing a ton of that here. I'm sure there are instances, and, you know, don't quote me because I don't know every little thing, but I will say that, you know, for the most part, as long as you keep your front lawn clean and you're not parking a boat on your lawn and you don't paint your house puce, you're usually okay. So just be really aware of that.
Not too many troubles with the HOAs.
And when we buy with an HOA, here's the great news. You have the opportunity in that negotiations process, in the contract process, to review those rules and regulations. And if you find one rule that you're just like, I can't live with this, I'm not okay with this, I'm going to be upset by this every day, you're able to cancel the deal at that moment and get your earnest money back and not lose anything and move forward. So that's part of what we do when we're trying to go through the process of contract. We want to make sure you are aware of everything so that you can make the proper decision for what's right to move forward. So we work really hard.
You guys do a good job. I've even seen houses that you guys were like, nope, this isn't going to work. Yeah, so you find them another one.
We actually had that happen 2 weeks ago because the HOA rules, there was something in the rule that the buyer just couldn't live with. I think it was like they didn't allow them to park, and this is one home. It's not all of them. They're like, there's something, they didn't allow them to park a house, one park in front of the house. And they said, no, forget it. We're done. So we canceled the deal like 4 days before we were supposed to like be done. Nobody was happy about it, but it's the rules and that's how it goes. So yeah. All right, cool. All right, a couple more here and then we'll hop off. Let's see. Lacey Zane says, hi, Auntie, and Auntie is going to buy me a donut. LOL. Hi, Zane. I got your donuts, baby. You come on out here. I can't wait to see you again. He's the cutest little thing.
Oh my goodness. Sounds like it.
Expat at Large says, oh, I'm late. I hope you keep this video up. Yes, we will absolutely keep it up so you can rewatch it. No stress. Lacey, do you, your company, or anyone know or offer rental management services? Like if I bought a property, could you handle the rental for a cut of the proceeds? He owns an oceanfront condo in San Diego or South Carolina, I think, SC. Congratulations, by the way. I've heard that is a gorgeous area. Jeff, absolutely. Our team does not offer that because our licenses do not include property management. However, we are a full service team. So when you say to me, Lacey, do you have a this or that, or do you have a plumber, or do you have a pool guy, or do you have a guy that could renovate my entire house? The answer is always going to be yes. And it's always going to be yes because we've used these people personally on our own personal homes. These aren't just people who have worked on our clients' homes. These are people we've paid money out of our own wallet to do things for us. That includes property management. So we've gone through and vetted 4 or 5 companies here in town that we personally have either used or have been able to vet in our own manner, and have identified a few that you can interview and choose from and that we can recommend to you. We're really careful when it comes to property management companies because, you know, it's kind of the wild, wild west in that world. And we want to make sure that our clients are never taken advantage of or nickel and dimed or any of that. So we've vetted these folks pretty heavily, and we'll recommend them to you. You can do the interviews and decide who's going to be best. So yes is the answer. That's always awesome. Is yes. Okay. Oh, goodness. Wondering if people purchase property for vacation rental purposes in Las Vegas. Yes, we have a lot of that here. A lot. You do a lot of investment properties, right? And loans and stuff?
Investment properties, yeah, you do them all the time. I mean, it's a great place to invest.
Yeah. We have the high-rise condos.
Vacation rental.
Basically,
there's certain areas that you'd have to be in for those.
Yeah. So, but we do those all the time. So we've got the high-rise condos. We've got the hotel condo blend. Condotels. Is what I couldn't remember the name. Cotel, maybe. I don't know. Come up with a new one. I don't like condotels. That doesn't.
Cotel's better. Hotel. I like it. Okay. I like hotel.
Or Hondo. No, that doesn't work. Anyway.
Sounds like a dog.
I know it does. We've got those. We've got people who purchase homes. It is important to know that the Airbnb laws here in Las Vegas have changed over the last few years. So there's only certain areas of Las Vegas where you can offer Airbnb. They have to be an unincorporated area. So do your research. Henderson, though, just passed a law and offers a license for you to be able to do Airbnb.
Oh, do they? Mm-hmm. Oh, they just passed that?
They just passed that law a couple months back. So if you're interested in that, Henderson would probably be a definite place I would put on the list. But then absolutely we would want to look at the areas around
I've had clients that do have many of the vacation rentals, and they were making...
You can make some good money.
They were making really good money in Las Vegas, which you would think that.
Yeah. But, and Henderson's only like 8 minutes away, depending on what part of Henderson. So
Henderson's a really nice area of town,
beautiful,
too.
Yeah. So good question.
That's an awesome question.
Okay. Let's see here. Olivia says, hi. Hey, girl. Kendall and Amber's team is working on my loan application. Big Worm 8176.
Nice.
So you already have a client on here. Thank you for trusting us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Diane's going to get in touch with us soon. Taryn just submitted the form. We'll be in touch. Nice job. Let's see. Estimate of how long that free money is going to last. What do you think?
Okay, so it came out. We were just looking at this before we got on the video too. So it came out 2 weeks ago. It came out right after President's Day. It was at $17 million. I just got an email today that it's at 13 and some change.
So we've gone through a couple $1 million in 2 weeks.
And what I've heard is that they're going to, like, I wouldn't say go past March on it. So
end of March?
Yeah. Okay. Like you'd have to reserve it before then, from what I'm hearing. Okay. So I would, if you're looking for the free money, I would buy it. I mean, I would do something sooner quickly rather than later.
Yeah. And that's not us pressuring you. That's just making sure that you guys know, like, if you want to take advantage of that program, do it.
Well, and then the other thing is that program came out about, what did I say, like a year and a half ago. Yes. It was the summer of 2018. And I didn't take it seriously when it came out. And until it was out probably for about a month. And then I did a class for it and everything else. And then I was excited. But by the time I got excited and people started looking for houses, they were gone. It was gone. And the money was gone. Yeah. So it does go fast. And they are saying that they're going to shut the program down,
after this.
Yeah, after this. So.
But every year new stuff comes out, so don't be deterred. Don't be just,
And there's other down payment assistance programs
too. So
this isn't the only one that's out there. It's just a really good one.
It's a really good one.
It's a really good one.
To help, for those of you that might be interested in that program, you do have to be a Nevada resident, correct?
You do have to be a Nevada resident. There are people though that have already gotten their jobs here, so
they can use that.
So so we have like a job offer letter.
Awesome. So that
right now. So that would count
becoming one. Right?
And I mean, it's easy to get your driver's license. Yeah. I mean, there's certain things like that you have to do. So
call us and we'll give you guidance on that.
Yes, we'll give you definite guidance. So the one thing that
you're good. You're good.
The one thing that did catch me off a little bit on that is if you're married, the husband and the wife both have to qualify for it.
Good to know.
So that's something that I wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
Until
I got
I didn't say it on the bullet points until I got the full guidelines, and I was like, oh, dang, I need to make sure I'm qualifying both husband and wife. Yeah. So if you're married, we want to make sure both husband and wife meet all the guidelines for that program.
It's good to know. Thank you. To help with that, I went yesterday and did a couple of video tours, my zip code videos that I've been doing lately.
Which one did you do?
I did 89121 and 89120, I think. So two of those zip codes, those two zip codes specifically, are two of the many that are offered with this free money program. So we're going to throw those up this week. So stay tuned on the channel. If you're not already subscribed, you know what I'm going to ask you to do next. You better hit the subscribe button, and then also click the little bell so you're notified when I actually go live or when I do a video upload. But we are going to throw those up there this week so that you have them and you can start to like look at the drive-through and look at how it feels in the neighborhood and see if you might want to consider those zip codes.
And those are zip codes that they border like Henderson.
They do, yeah. One of them it borders absolutely Henderson. Like I was like, okay, my house is here and the zip code is here. So these aren't bad neighborhoods.
No,
everybody's
close
like,
to shopping.
Yeah.
And I think there's good houses and there's good neighborhoods in anywhere. Yeah, you just have to search for it.
It's going to be great. So we did those. We're working on editing those videos right now. So again, stay tuned. We're going to put those up as soon as we can, and we'll just keep clicking along. So I'm just having a good old time. I came back from vacation and dove right in head first. You know,
it's exciting times right now. I'm glad you're all refreshed and ready for it.
I don't know if I'm refreshed. I could go on another vacation. Okay. Anybody want to take me on vacation? No. Okay. Let's see here. We got a couple other questions, and then we'll let you guys go. Let's see here. We've got Corky Vegas says, I'd love to buy a house in Vegas eventually. We would love that for you too.
Yes, we would.
Is asking, what do we mean by free money? I used to work as a loan officer for Quicken Loans. So Corky, there's a new program that came out. We did a video about it a couple weeks ago. Feel free to go back and watch it. But it's genuinely a new program that's been released.
It's a grant program.
It's a grant program, and it's up to $20,000 for closing costs and down payment for specific zip codes in Las Vegas. And these are the hardest hit zip codes from when the city was hit hard with the recession.
Yeah.
So it's really just the grant is meant to help rebuild those areas and bring new blood and new buyers into those zip codes and encourage them to buy there. So really exciting, and some of them are really awesome zip codes. So it's really
they are really nice zip codes.
Yeah. Hi from Scotland. Thank you for being so awesome. Love your drive around tours, and I just love Vegas. Thanks, Andrew. We appreciate your love. Is North Las Vegas as bad as people say? No,
I don't think
the answer is absolutely
I used to live
not.
in North Las Vegas at one point.
So did I.
There's a lot of pockets in North Las Vegas too, don't you think so?
Beautiful pockets. Yeah, it's absolutely not what people say. And I'm actually working right now to try to align some meetings with some of the lawmakers in North Las Vegas, as well as maybe something like the police and things like that, because I really do want to try to paint a better picture of North Las Vegas. It is easy to look at crime maps and things like that online and see, troubled spots and troubled areas, but we are a regular city just like everywhere else. We have crime, we have HOAs, we have traffic, we have stuff that people, it's not like the as much as I believe it, the roads are not paved in gold in Las Vegas. They are paved in a little bit of neon and glitter, but not gold. So we do have our troubles as well, but North Las Vegas as a whole has got some absolutely gorgeous areas, beautiful parks, gorgeous shopping, amenities, and there's a new area that's building out right now called Tule Springs.
Is that North Las Vegas?
It's North Las Vegas.
I didn't know that. Tule Springs
beautiful.
It is. But there's a lot of nice areas in North Las Vegas.
That's gorgeous.
And I think remember, because you've lived here forever, at one point in old Las Vegas, there's a pretty rough area in North Las Vegas, which is like a really small area, and then everything around it is really nice.
It's beautiful. That's kind of what I think. So if you want to learn more or just have some specific questions, feel free to click the link that I put either in the description or in the comments, because I could go on for an hour about North Las Vegas and all the great amenities. And the best thing about North Las Vegas, and I'm going to tell you, this is dollar for dollar. I had a client buy a brand new build construction from a builder who's building the exact same model and floor plan in North Las Vegas and in Henderson and Inspirada. My clients paid $100,000 more for Inspirada.
The prices you get a lot different.
Yeah.
And it's close to North Las Vegas is close to the Air Force Base,
really great for military
the VA hospital. So there's a lot of military out there.
Yeah, beautiful VA hospital. Beautiful. It's awesome. And it's really close to Mount Charleston. I could go on. So if you're interested in learning more, again, click the link. We'd be happy to help you. But great question. Thanks for asking. Let's see here. All those neighborhoods were beautiful. Thank you so much, David. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Are you going to do any more zip code tours? Yes, I actually was just talking about I'm going to upload 2 videos in the next week. So stay tuned for that. And yes, we're going to continue to do them. Visiting Vegas. Love the neon and glitter. Thanks, Diane. Always good seeing you. Visiting in 2 weeks. Looking forward to the weather. Promise not to yell at at you if I see you. I would love it if you yelled at me.
Yes.
In fact, let me just make a public announcement right now. I get really bummed out when I get private messages sent to me that say, I saw you at downtown Summerlin. I was too scared to say hi. Or I saw you eating dinner with
Vegas gal.
Shut up. I saw you eating dinner with your family at PF Chang's and I didn't want to interrupt. Please interrupt. Please say hi. It is like the joy of my life to be able to provide this information for you guys and then to be able to put a face to some of these beautiful names.
Yeah,
so please say hi to me.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
It is.
When you get to finally like show up at the closing table and meet these people in person, doesn't it just make your life so happy?
It does. It's like the best part of it's the best part of the job.
So yeah, so I mean it. If you don't say hi to me, I'm gonna get real mad. So you better say hi. So it's never an imposition, and thank you so much. All right, I don't see any more questions. I'm gonna scroll back one more time. I think we did good today. We did good.
Yeah, 45 thank you for all the questions.
It's awesome. Again, I'm going to totally, to say it one more time, description or in the comments here, click the link. Let's set up a call. We'd be happy to get you going. You don't have to get pre-qualified to set up a phone call, but we will probably encourage you to get pre-qualification through Amber's team if we determine that you're in the right stage.
And don't let anything hold you back. Remember the judge-free zone that we got right here.
Judge-free zone.
All we're here to do is like help you on your path to it. And you know, to be able to see you in there. So if there's something wrong, don't feel afraid to ask.
Yeah, I don't get to see any of your numbers. They see it and they're like, she's like a vault. Turn the key, you know.
And honestly, I've gone through my own troubles. So
I've gone through my troubles too. Like
I'm not here to judge anybody. Yeah. So if there's anything holding you back from calling or starting the process of buying your house, don't let it hold you back.
No fear and no judgment. That's what we should have named this. No fear, no judgment.
We have the Inspire thing going on.
I know. All right. # no fear and judge-free zone. We love you. We're so glad you've tuned in. If you were live today, thanks for joining us live. If you're watching this on replay, we love you too. And feel free to click the links because we'd like to chat with you as well. Otherwise, I'm going to go get back to working because I got 2 weeks of work to catch up on. This girl's phone is going off the hook over here because you guys must be calling her about more information.
It's those cheap rates right now.
Lowest rates
really a beautiful
in history,
thing.
right? Lowest rates in history that we've seen at least.
I couldn't find anything lower, and I can't remember. I can't remember ever doing anything lower than they are right now.
So, and we're not going to tell you the rates because we can't.
They change daily.
But you can call us and we'll give it to you over the phone. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in and stay tuned for those zip code tours. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.